We've all seen them on the road, cars that make you wonder, what were they thinking? Whether it's questionable design choices, mechanical nightmares, or just plain poor execution, some vehicles earn their reputation as terrible ownership experiences. Here's our countdown of the 10 worst cars to own, the models that will drain your wallet, test your patience, and possibly leave you stranded on the side of the road. Number 10. DeLorean DMC12, 1981 to 1983. Great Scott! Despite its iconic status thanks to Back to the Future, the DeLorean DMC12 was actually a commercial and critical failure in the real world. Why does it suck? The 2.85-liter V6 engine produced a measly 130 horsepower, making this stainless steel sports car embarrassingly slow, taking over 10 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour. The signature gull-wing doors frequently malfunctioned, often trapping owners inside their own vehicles. The stainless steel body, while distinctive, showed every fingerprint and scratch with no easy way to repair them. High maintenance costs and scarce parts make ownership a constant headache, even for dedicated enthusiasts. Owners called it a huge flop due to its weak performance and frequent repairs, with one noting, "It's better to admire one at a car show than actually own it." The perfect car if you enjoy explaining to mechanics why you bought it in the first place. Number 9. Chrysler PT Cruiser, 2001 to 2010. The PT Cruiser's retro styling initially attracted a loyal following, but its charm quickly faded once owners realized what they were stuck with. Why does it suck? The underpowered 2.4-liter four-cylinder engine struggled to move the bulky body, resulting in poor fuel economy and sluggish acceleration. Electrical gremlins haunted these vehicles, with problems ranging from faulty power windows to complete instrument panel failures. The suspension system was prone to premature wear, creating a rough, noisy ride. Interior space was awkwardly arranged, and the cheap materials aged poorly, with plastic panels that warped and discolored over time. Owners reported growing tired of looking at it and dealing with constant breakdowns. One owner referenced its infamous reputation with a 30 Rock joke. "It's the car equivalent of giving up on life." Not even the turbocharged GT model could salvage this retro experiment gone wrong. Number 8. Mitsubishi Mirage, 2014 up to present. The Mitsubishi Mirage proves that you get what you pay for is sometimes a warning, not a reassurance. Why does it suck? The anemic 1.2-liter three-cylinder engine produces just 78 horsepower, less than many motorcycles, making highway merging a white-knuckle experience. Consumer Reports gave it a dismal reliability rating of 18 out of 100, citing frequent issues with the CVT transmission and electrical systems. The handling is sloppy and unpredictable, with excessive body roll that makes even routine cornering feel dangerous. The interior noise levels are so high that normal conversation becomes difficult at highway speeds, and the cheap materials make economy airlines feel luxurious by comparison. Owners described it as the butt of the joke, with one noting, "I bought it because it was cheap, but I'm paying for it every day in other ways." The Mirage might be affordable at the dealership, but the cost to your dignity is incalculable. Number 7. Jeep Renegade, 2015 to 2024. The smallest Jeep promised the brand's legendary capability in a cute city-friendly package, but delivered mostly disappointment and repair bills. Why does it suck? Consumer Reports gave it a terrible reliability score of 33 out of 100 and an even worse owner satisfaction rating of 1 out of 5. The 9-speed automatic transmission is clumsy and indecisive, constantly hunting for gears at highway speeds. Poor visibility makes urban driving stressful, while uncomfortable seats make long trips unbearable. Despite the Jeep badge, it lacks true off-road prowess, disappointing enthusiasts. The fuel economy is surprisingly poor for a vehicle of its size, delivering numbers comparable to much larger SUVs. Owners found it uncomfortable and unreliable, with one stating plainly, "There are better choices in this class." The Renegade proves that slapping a 7-slot grille on a Fiat platform doesn't make it a Jeep. Number 6. Land Rover Discovery Sport, 2015 up to present. The Land Rover has always combined luxury with capability, but the Discovery Sport adds a third element: frequent trips to the dealership. Why does it suck? Consumer Reports gave it a poor reliability score of 30 out of 100 and equally disappointing owner satisfaction of 2 out of 5. Electrical failures are common, from temperamental infotainment systems to completely non-functional climate controls. The engine suffers from cooling system issues and premature wear. Water leaks are so common that some owners keep towels in the vehicle permanently. When parts fail, and they will, the replacement costs are astronomical, with even minor repairs often running into thousands of dollars. Owners noted it was appallingly constructed, with one commenting, "It's an expensive piece of garbage that frequently breaks down." The Discovery Sport offers the unique experience of off-road capability that you'll rarely get to use because your vehicle is in the shop. Number 5. Ford EcoSport, 2018 to 2022. Ford's attempt at a subcompact SUV proves that not everything should be downsized. Why does it suck? The base 1.0-liter EcoBoost 3-cylinder engine struggles to motivate this small SUV, providing just 123 horsepower while suffering from turbo lag and overheating issues. The interior feels like it was built to meet a strict budget target, with hard plastics and uncomfortable seating positions. The side-hinged rear door is impractical in tight parking spaces and makes loading groceries a chore. Handling is ponderous, with excessive body roll and vague steering that inspires little confidence on winding roads. Owners didn't mince words, reporting it drives like shit, feels like shit inside, with frequent repairs needed for both the engine and electronics. One social media post called it possibly the worst car of all time due to its complete lack of redeeming qualities. Number 4. Dodge Avenger, 2007 to 2014. The Dodge Avenger promised muscle car styling in a mid-size sedan package, but delivered mediocrity in every category. Why does it suck? Based on the equally problematic Chrysler Sebring platform, the Avenger featured an unrefined 2.4-liter, 4-cylinder base engine paired with an outdated 4-speed automatic transmission that seemed perpetually confused. The interior was cramped and assembled from materials that would feel cheap in a vehicle costing half as much. The handling was poor, with excessive body roll and vague steering, while the ride quality managed to be both harsh and floaty. Consumer Reports noted its lack of modern features, and safety ratings were below competitors. Owners described it as laughably bad compared to rivals like the Ford Fusion or Honda Accord, with one noting, "It's like they designed it to be mediocre." The Avenger proved that putting an aggressive name on a mundane product doesn't make it exciting. Number 3. Cadillac Simmeron, 1982 to 1988. The Cadillac Simmeron stands as perhaps the most egregious example of automotive badge engineering in history. Why does it suck? Cadillac's attempt to compete in the compact luxury segment resulted in nothing more than a rebadged Chevrolet Cavalier, with slightly nicer interior materials and a substantially higher price tag. The weak 1.8-liter or 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engines, later a 2.8-liter V6, were wholly inadequate for a luxury nameplate, providing sluggish acceleration and poor refinement. Time magazine called it a flagrant insult to Cadillac's heritage, with cheap construction and embarrassing performance that damaged the brand's reputation for years to come. Owners felt cheated, with one stating bluntly, "It was just a Cavalier with a Cadillac badge, but twice the price." The Simmeron remains the cautionary tale of what happens when bean counters overrule engineers and designers. Number 2. Chevrolet Citation, 1980 to 1985. GM's first front-wheel drive compact car was so problematic that it earned a spot in automotive history for all the wrong reasons. Why does it suck? The Citation's X-body platform was plagued by reliability issues and subject to numerous recalls, including potentially fatal brake failures that could lock up the rear wheels during braking. The 2.8-liter V6 engine was prone to stalling and overheating, while the interior materials disintegrated with alarming speed. The build quality was so poor that panels would often misalign during normal driving. Edmunds ranked it the 52nd worst car of all time, and it's widely considered one of GM's deadly sins for damaging the company's reputation. Owners called it legendarily unreliable, with one noting it was better on paper than in reality due to its promising design but catastrophic execution. The Citation set new standards for disappointment that few vehicles have matched since. Number 1. Pontiac Aztec, 2001 to 2005. Before it became Walter White's vehicle of choice in Breaking Bad, the Pontiac Aztec was known simply as one of the worst vehicles ever produced by a major manufacturer. Why does it suck? The Aztec's bizarre styling, looking like a minivan that crashed into an SUV, was universally panned, but its problems went far deeper than aesthetics. The 3.4-liter V6 engine was underpowered, 185 horsepower, and notorious for intake manifold gasket failures that could lead to catastrophic overheating. The interior was constructed from cheap plastics that would crack and squeak within months of purchase. Consumer Reports consistently gave it low reliability ratings, noting frequent electrical problems and transmission issues. It was such a commercial failure that it's often cited as contributing to Pontiac's eventual demise. Owners described it as a minivan and drag monstrosity that was neither practical nor appealing. One owner summarized, "It looks bad, drives bad, and brakes often. The automotive trifecta of failure." The Aztec's only real achievement was setting the bar so low that almost anything else seems better by comparison. After witnessing these automotive disasters, you might be wondering if American manufacturers ever got it right. The answer is absolutely yes. Check out my video, 20 Most Reliable American Car Engines from the 20th Century, to discover the power plants that proved Detroit could build engines that lasted for decades. From bulletproof straight sixes to unstoppable V8s, these engines represent American engineering at its finest, the complete opposite of the mechanical nightmares we've covered here.